What's up, my construction entrepreneurs? As you guessed, this is part 3. Same walk. I'm just breaking it down for you. That first video went rather long. Try not to have it so long, so you guys can stay engaged. Try to keep this one even shorter. So, part 3. Part 3, I got my SCA, right? I sent emails to them. It took me 2 days to get the signed subcontractor agreement back to them, which include Exhibit A, the scope of work. I had to sign off, initial that. Basically, what they were doing is they were combining. They took the units I did completed already and the units that I partially completed, because I pulled, remember, during the first part, I pulled the crew off, right? That Monday when I sent that second email, I pulled my my 3-man crew off, okay? So now they drew up a contract to include all the units, the ones I completed and the ones I partially completed, but they drew it up as if I'm doing everything, okay? They just got that total on there, which makes sense because that's all my contract should be of. It shouldn't be of any other units because that contract is being done with, right? It's being completed. So, now it's a discussion. So now I do all this. I send a waiver in, because with every payment, 90% of the commercial jobs, every payment, you're required to send in a waiver, the conditional waiver, then the unconditional waiver, right? So the conditional waiver basically says that, hey, hey, I'm asking for payment. Once this starts the initiation of closing this out as far as any liability towards you as a general contractor, once I receive payment, I'm gonna go ahead and close this waiver process out by sending you an unconditional waiver to close that out to where they're not liable anymore. Basically, that says I paid all my bills and no one can come and file a lien against the project because I have taken care of everything, okay? That's what that ensures. Basically, no one will come after them demanding payment due to working for me while I'm working for them. So I sent over the waivers that I needed. Also sent over extras. I had $500 in extras that I need to complete. I had $500 in extras that I need to also complete and send to them. I sent that over to them. So we had the contract total, then we had extras, right? Well, once I sent that off, I believe 2 days passed, and the director, mind you, they're communicating with me every day, right? Everything is like, we're like best buddies now, right? It's kind of hard to see me there. We're like best buddies now. Everything is all great. Well, 2 days after that, he says, the director says, the guy that, now is jumping through hoops to take care of things. He says, hey, Tyrone, today is the completion date for the units that are partially done. When are you going to have a crew over there? Because I can't hold off the customer any longer. They need this thing done. When are you able to send a crew there? He was just basically sending me an email. He wasn't demanding. It was just regular conversation like, hey man, where's the crew at? I need this thing done. Your payment is being processed. You should receive it by, so they pay every 1st and 15th, I think. Okay, they pay every 1st and 15th. So I think he was basically telling me my payment was like 3 weeks out. It missed that pay window for that pay period, for that pay cycle. It was gonna get cashed on the next cycle. So I think he was saying my pay was gonna happen 2 weeks. Oh gosh. I get it. Worry about it. So anyway, so he was basically saying that, hey, you know, your payment is being processed, but you will be paid on this date, which was like 2 or 3 weeks later from that moment in time. Well, you guys got to realize this. I already spent money completing. So it took my guys 3 weeks to complete the units that's already done, right? Now it has already been a month and a half since I've been paid for the completed units. So I'm out all that money. That's a lot of money. I'm out, right? So I tell them like this. And then now, mind you, I already started working on the other units. Remember when I first started this process, I didn't say, hey, you know what, let me shut it down, because legally you gotta protect yourself. You can't just be like, hey, today you ain't paying me, so I ain't showing up. You gotta file a legal course of action, right? You gotta create a paper trail to show that, hey, I'm demanding payment, this person hasn't paid me. Not that you just tell a story about, hey, so I called him, he didn't want to pay me, so I walked off the job. No, you need to send off an email, send letters, you know, create a paper trail, show that it's in black and white. So because I went and sent the crew out to work to start on the next units. Okay, that means I had to spend additional money, even though I didn't have a contract, even though I didn't get paid for the other units. That's what I did. That's what I decided to do, so I can have more stance on my side on moving forward. Okay, so now they're saying, hey, jump out there. So I sent an email back like, hey, you know, it's great. I appreciate your work up to this point. You know, and I didn't go into what we already been through. I didn't drag that back into this. I said, hey, you know, I haven't been paid for a month and a half, not including the time frame to complete that work, right? So it's only fair that I ask for a payment for what has already been completed and that is already overdue before I send a crew out there to complete what needs to be completed in progress right now. So it's only fair. I need to be paid before I go out there, basically. Like I want the ball in my court before I make my next move. That's it. You need to get me ahead. You need to either pay me in full. I was first told I was going to be paid in full. That's what one of the superintendents that's now processing my payments, because the project manager is out the picture now. He's done something with he's probably got his tail tucked and he's running somewhere. So they got the guy under him doing my paperwork. So he tells me he's going to process everything. Well, he's not really paying attention to the emails that's going between me and the director. So he's like, oh yeah, Tyrone, we'll just process it all. I'm like, oh, winner. Well, with my communication with the director through email, director's like, hey, you know what, man? I need to get these units done, man. So he sends me another email, basically laying down a breakdown that I can accept for the work that I have already done, right? So he gave me this breakdown. I looked at it and I was like, I'm golden. I accept it. So basically now what has come to, basically he's like, hey, I need to get somebody out there. Here, Tyrone, this is for the work that you have already completed. This is the amount I'm going to pay you per unit. If you agree to it, hey, send me an invoice for it so I can move forward and get another contractor out there to complete this. Good deal. Glad. The sooner I can be done with them, the better. I say, yep. Have my office girl write it up, right? Have my office girl write it up. Send over the conditional waiver. Send progress, right? So now I send that over and I ask, hey, when will this be paid? Okay, what is the time frame on this being paid or rolled up or whatever it is? When will this be paid? He tells me he sends me an email back and he says, hey, Um, I need you to sign a deductive CO for the past company that you used to work for, because I lined that guy up with another job, another apartment building with them before all this started. But that went south with him and the project manager. And then he said, I need you to sign the AMW's deductive CO, right? I'm like, what? Before I can progress your payments over here. But as soon as they're approved, it should only take another week for you to get paid, right? So I immediately responded. I said, hey, listen, it's not my company, man. You need to contact so-and-so about that deductive CO for that Portofino project in Wilmington. Okay, I'm not the one signing that. So you need to contact someone else in regards to that, and you need to contact the person you always contacted for that. Okay. So, but then I wanted more clarification since that wasn't happening. Now I needed clarification on, what is happening. When am I going to get paid? Give me some dates. So I didn't receive another email from him for 2 days. 2 days. So I'm like, okay, so we lost the fire here. There's no wind here. So let me try to get this thing going again. It's been 2 days, haven't heard anything. And it's only been 2 days because I'm giving them an opportunity to, he's busy. I'm busy. So he needs some time to respond, But I know that, hey, I'm gonna have to, with this individual, I need to not go soft. I need to go hard. So what I did was, before I sent the email off to him, I actually called the apartment building. And I spoke to the manager there, and I let her know, like, hey, heads up, I will be filing a lien against that property. This is why, and she's a hard ass. So I literally had to tell her, like, hey, I'm just giving you a heads up. If you want to use this as a opportunity to, to have it as a notification before the thing comes down, great. If you don't, then we can get off the phone right now. She was like, oh no, I'm just trying to get some details. I was like, that's what I'm doing. I'm calling you to let you know, give you an opportunity to ask questions, tell you what has happened up to this point so far. This is not between me and you. This is between me and my customer. Okay. She said, well, why does my apartment building has anything to do with it? You take that up with them. I said, this is my course of action as a contractor. This is the right that I'm given as a contractor to file a lien against that property. So the reason why I did that is because I know that that company that bought that property, they're looking to sell that property. They added a few things onto there to where they're charging for parking over there now. They have already doubled the rents in that area for the units that we remodeled. So they definitely turning this thing over and having it producing more money than when they bought it. Okay. So I basically gave her a heads up so she can contact someone in corporate to kind of maybe get a little nudging on that side. So after that, I sent off another email to the director, but this email, I went back. So the emails the director been responding to me with has been, he's taken off everyone's email off there, and he only left for three or four people email on the correspondence between him and I. He removed everyone. So I sent off another email because now it's been 2 days since I heard anything about my payments, when I'm gonna get them, what format are they coming through? Are they coming through ACA? Are they coming through a live check, through stale mail? You're gonna overnight the live check, right? So there's a lot of questions here. So so I sent off another email basically, and I included everyone on there, the owners. I went back, right, and I put 4 or 5 questions on there, and basically says that, hey, let's finish this off strong. Seems like the communication has died off a little bit. I apologize for any lack on my part, but I want to continue to get this ball rolling and complete this thing out strong. Here's a few questions that I need answered back ASAP. Please keep in mind that these questions, the answers to these questions are very important for us to receive. So contact me back immediately. I also included everybody on the email. Okay, I went all the way to the top. Sent that off to him, and basically the question said, one, he said I was going to get paid this Friday. Say, hey, one, how's that? He said, I said, how is that payment coming? ACA, snail mail, live check, snail mail, live check, overnighted. How is it coming? Then I said also, who's my contact to follow up with if I don't receive this? I also said, who will be following my extras, my change orders, my $500 in change orders? Who will be following with it? Who will be the contact I need to follow up with, right? Who will be doing the paperwork, and who do I need to follow up with it? Because sometimes different people are doing paperwork and different people you follow up with. I said also, with the amount that we agreed upon about the remaining units that's left, who's doing that last invoice and who do I follow up with? Right, okay, so that's the questions I sent over. He responded back within, I think, 30 minutes. And he basically said this, Tyrone, please stop including all the other emails in our correspondence. Please. Here are the answers to your questions. He gave me all the answers to my questions. Now, he basically asked me to stop including all those other individuals, right? Because it's just probably stirring up too much funk, and it's like corporate snitching, right? And then other people in other departments is receiving it. Now, mind you, in a corporate setting like this, remember, I had a large corporate company before, a large corporate partnership before. So I know when people receive it, a lot of people are ignoring it, but all it takes is one gossip person to read what's going on and read the drama, and the drama spreads around in the office, and then it gets to the right person, and then that's bam, 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 and it just starts rolling downhill. So a lot of people are going to ignore it that you may add on there. If you have an opportunity to add a lot of people on there that you know within that corporation, add them on there. I don't care if they're the dog walker, they water plants, they're the janitor, add them in there too. Okay? You want to get movement, and you want to show that you're not playing, and you want to show that you're not playing early on. You don't want to keep going back and forth and hoping that this person does this and this person does. Nah. Hey man, are you gonna do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. When you gonna do it? I'm gonna do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday roll around, you need to take the next course of action. Okay? You need to make it very uncomfortable for that individual so you can make sure you get paid as a company. So I sent off that email. He responded back. He says, hey, your payment Friday would be ACH. Also, too, I'll be having the lower flunky do your change order. Hey, flunky, do these change orders. Make sure you get this over to Tyrone. Hey, Tyrone, this other payment will be paid by the end of the month. That's when you should expect that. It's probably going to be with the COs, with the change order payments. If not, the change order payments will come before then. Thank you. That's what he emailed. So now I haven't responded back to that. I will respond back. The next day, which was Friday, today is Saturday, I did receive my ACA notification Friday. Right? Later in the day too, I started to send off an email that morning, because usually the ACA payments I receive from my current customers, I'll receive it today sometime, and then payment to happen the very next morning. Well, I didn't receive no notification from them until later on in the afternoon. Boom, I received it, and then I was like, okay, so payment will be processed Saturday. If not Saturday, sometimes it doesn't happen Saturday, sometimes it happens Monday. So I was like, okay, so it'll be in there Saturday or Monday. And I checked my account today, and it was in there. So now I need to do the right thing and actually email them and just tell them like, hey man, I appreciate it. You know, that payment came through. Acknowledge them, let them know that, hey man, you have done what you've done, man, and I appreciate it. Appreciate you keeping your word. Appreciate you doing, the right thing to make this thing good. And just let them know, hey man, let's continue this on so we can close this thing out, and we move on to the next thing. So now I have already received payment for the units that I completed. Okay. Now there'll be another part on how I go about receiving payment for the agreement that the partial payment that we agreed on for the units that was in progress, and the extras for the units that I already completed a long time ago. Okay, so I'll let you know how that goes. Okay, Monday, if I don't receive any information, any paperwork, Tuesday I will be sending off another email basically demanding. Now mind you, I already contacted the apartment building and I told the manager there, hey, I'm gonna send you all the corresponding emails that I have had with Qatar. Right? I said it's a lot, but I'm gonna send that over to you. She said send it over, I'm gonna forward it over to corporate. So that'll be my next move, right? So I called her on, I think it was Thursday. And then I call her either Wednesday, Thursday. So I have not sent over the emails. I only, put a little bug in her ear so she can get things rolling over there. Hopefully it moves. But if not, I'll be sending off that email to her maybe Wednesday, depending on if I get a response or not. I haven't decided to send it off before I send off an email or after. I don't know. But I want to continue to light fire, and I want to also make sure that they don't do anyone else like this. That's another thing. I want to make sure they don't do another subcontractor like this. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted, and we'll see how this thing played out. But I already received payment for the units already completed. Just waiting on the rest of it. All right, my construction entrepreneurs, hopefully you learned something from this. Hopefully you're gaining something from this. Hopefully it can answer some questions. Hopefully you can use this video as something that you can draw back to when you're having issues, when you're having problems. This is real life. This is not, I'm not coating it up. I'm not, fudging anything. I'm not, like they do at the movies, they make it interesting. This is it right here, and we go through this all the time as subcontractors, and a lot of times we don't know what to do or how to handle it, and we get screwed out of thousands and thousands of dollars and have no idea what to do. Okay, so if you don't know what to do, you don't have the time to read up on what to do, you need to take some type of action and hire somebody that knows what to do. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Look, there's my wife right there. She came over here to get some coffee, and yeah, there she go right there. So, all right, my construction entrepreneurs, I'm gonna let you go. Hustle hard, then hustle harder. You want to be in the video? All right.